Okay, so we can start by adding a page folder. Let me just start the project first. So npm run dev. Okay, so we have our basic project here. Let's open this. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this there. Okay, so this is our basic welcome page for Nuxt. And now I'm going to add here our page folder. So pages folder, inside pages index.view. Here we have a template. Let's cut this. And here let's just add an h1 like home. Inside app.view, we're gonna change Nuxt welcome to Nuxt page. Okay. So let's see if we have our home here. We don't have our home here. Maybe I need to run again. Let's see. Okay, we have our home here. Good. Now let's start with our component. Let's make a components folder. Inside here, let's bring it accordion.view. Oh my goodness. .view, okay. Let me put this on this side. Let me put this like this. Maybe more of that than this. Okay. So here we have template. Let's remove this div here. And now we're going to start with our component. So let's see how we can do this. Let's call our component here inside. Let me put a script here. Setup. And now let me call this here Accordion. Inside Accordion, let's put something. Okay, so it's working. We have our component, we have our index here, and the index is being called on app.view. So inside here, let's start with, let me see, I'm going to receive those titles and text. I'm going to receive this as a prop, and I'm going to iterate over this array of objects to make each card for the accordion. So let me see here. Let's go to index. Let's make a script here. Setup. In here, let's make const. Let's call items just an array of objects. Inside each object, you have a title. Let's call it question about something. One. And we have the text. For the text, I'm going to use that lorem ipsum. That's just a random text that we can use. And I'm going to copy this and make like two more. Let's call this 2 and let's call this number 3. And I'm going to pass this here. So I'm going to pass as a prop. So let's call it items. Items. And there we have it. Inside here, we're going to do define props. And here we're going to get items as an array. But we're going to need to modify this. So first, let's call it const props. Inside here, let's put it, make a const list. And we're gonna make props dot items. We're going to just props dot items for now. Let's make a console log this list here, just to make sure you're receiving everything. So here I'm going to inspect. Let it run again. Something is not right. Did it stop? No, it didn't. Internal server. It is define props. Okay, not defined props. Define props. Good. And we have our array here with the title. Maybe we can put this here with the title and text here. Good. Now we're going to do is actually do our component. So let's call it a div here to wrap everything around. And inside another div where we're going to iterate this info. So a v4, let's call item index in list, and the key is the index. Okay, so inside here, let's start doing our header, let's say, for each title, for each section of the accordion. So let's do an h2 button, inside here a button. And what we can do here is, let me see, we can start by doing inside this button span. Inside here we have the title, item.title. And then we have an icon that we're going to put. Okay, so we have our questions here. We have gonna have an icon here, like an arrow that we can show that is open or closed. Yeah, so this is gonna be the header. So for the icons, I'm going to use we're going to use a module for that. And oh yeah, so I just forgot something. We did not edit our module for TailwindCss. So we add the package and we need to add the modules. And for Nuxt, I believe it's it is Nuxt JS TailwindCss. Okay, so we have our Nuxt Tailwind installed. And what else I need? Oh, I'm going to install another package. Yes, I'm going to clean that up first. Wait for our Nuxt icons. So Nuxt, we have official Nuxt icons with 100,000 icons that we can use from different packages. They put it all together. This is the Iconify package that we're going to use. So you can use icons from Material Design, Lucid, Pictogram, any kind of icons that we have out there. They are separate for different use cases. It's a very good library. Make sure to check this out. We can install this here with save or with --save dev Nuxt icon, or you can come here in our project. You can, oh, I finished. So npm run dev, that you can run again. Something is missing, cannot find module Nuxt. I did not install Nuxt TailwindCss. Did I copy wrong? Let me see here if I made a wrong copy of that. No, I think that's it. I did not install the Tailwind. I just made I did not install the package. So let's install the package for the Tailwind. Let me get here. So npm install --save dev Nuxt.js TailwindCss. We need to install this package. We already have our Tailwind config. We already have our TailwindCss, and it's already here on the Nuxt of our modules. Let it just finish. And okay, so let's restart our project again. Okay, now we have it, everything. We can use this Nuxt here. You can install it through here. You can also use this here to install everything we want directly from this folder here. We have it where it shows everything that is already installed. It's a very nice to have components, have modules. TailwindCss, we can install a new one. If I search for icons, it's going to show Nuxt icons here. Or you can just do it the way we always do, which is come here and install it via npm directly. This is Tailwind. I'm going on to the next module. Npm install --save dev Nuxt icon. Okay, we have it here. Now let's run our project again. Npm run dev. Here we have it. Now we can add here. Let's put this here. We can add our icon. So let's make icon. Inside our icon, let's put it the name of the icon. So the first thing is I'm going to select the library that I'm going to look for. So the MDI is the material design, if I'm not wrong. And then I want the chevron down. Did I put the wrong name? I believe this is it. MDI dot chevron down should be showing. Oh, the reason it's not showing is that we need to also install here on the modules. So here we're going to get Nuxt icon. I'm going to add it here on the modules. Is starting. I think I'm not going to use this folder anymore. Okay, so I was using the wrong name, so it's chevron down. So now we have this icon here at the right. I'm going to come back for the pages. I'm going to add a div here, And I'm going to use a class that, let's put a padding here, like 10 or something. Maybe 10 is too much, like 6. Okay. This is good. Let's come back here. So we have the icon, we have the title. What we need now is the text. So I'm going to put here a div. Inside this div, we're going to need, this is the box for the text. Inside here, you're going to have another div, and inside here, you're going to have the paragraph with item.text. Okay. So now let's start doing our styles. For the 8.2, I'm going to use nothings. For the button, I'm going to use display flex. The width, it's 100%. Items, let's put this on the center. Justify space between. So the question is on the on side and the icon on the other side. I'm going to put a border. The color of the border is going to be gray 200. I'm going to put the background color BG white. I'm going to make a padding 20 pixels. I'm going to put the text on the left. It's already on the left, but just to make sure. Font weight, let's see, medium or bold? Font weight bold, medium. Okay, the color of the text is gray 500. What I want to do here is, when I hover here, this is going to change the color, so BG gray 100. Okay, so when I hover with my mouse, is going to change the background color. What else can I do here? I think that's it. The button, the type is button. Doesn't change anything, but it's good to have it. What else? We need some conditional classes here. What am I going to do? So when I want to put, so this first one, this first box here, I want to put some classes here, conditional classes. So when the index is 0, so for the first box, I want this rounded, so the top border rounded. So I'm going to put rounded top XL. If index is equal to 0, okay, so just the first one, we have this rounded. If the item is open, I can move this something else. In the border right here, I'm going to come back here later. Let's come here. Let's make also the BG white for the background white for our box with the text. And if the item is not open, I want to do something here, but let me first do everything else here. Make a class border and border T0. Okay, so we have our border here, but I remove the border from the top of this box so that we don't have like a thin border here. And I also want the border to be gray 200, just like the other one. And the padding 20 pixels also. Okay, so this is what we have here. I'm going to make a conditional class here so that we don't have this double border on the bottom. So, but first let me make a class for the text. So the text is also gray 500. Okay. Good. Now let's start making our conditions here. Okay, so I want this to open and close just like we saw it at the beginning. For that, we need to change this list so that we receive, remember that we receive just the title and the text. I want to add another prop here called open so that we can see which one is open, which one is not. To do this, I'm going to make something. I'm going to use a ref here. On the prop.items, I'm going to map them. Item. And I'm going to return everything. So I'm going to return the item, the title, and the text. And I want to add an open false statement here. Return. Okay. Good. So when it's open, when open is false, this should be closed. So it should only show our titles. And for that, we need to come right here and close this box. So let's make a class conditional here. If it is hidden, we're going to add the hidden CSS if the item is not open. Okay, good. So if the item is not open, if the item is closed, if item is false, it's going to add the hidden class, Tailwind class here. So everything's closed. Now let's try to add here an open and close for the button. So click and we have open or close. I'm gonna pass the item. And inside here, we can finish that. We have a function that is called open or close. It will receive the item as a prop. And inside here, we have item dot open is going to change our the value item dot open. So if it's open, it's going to be closed. If it's closed, it's going to be open. Let's see if it works. Good. It works perfectly. Now I want to remove those double borders here. And let's see what else I can do. So let me see. If the item is open, we can remove this border. If the item is closed, you also need to remove a border for only for the title. Okay, so if the item is open, we need to, let's add a BG. Let me think. Not BG, you need to add a border, bottom 0, if the item is open. Let me put this inside a function. Question, let me call it question border. I'm going to pass here some props. Let me add here a function. Okay, let's see what we need. let's say if the index is less than items.length -1 and the item is not open, if the item is closed, you need to return. No, we don't need to return anything. We need to return true. So what did I do here? If the item is closed like this, the border should be 0. And if the index is less than the last one, so if the index is the first one or the second one, the item should be 0. So this border here should be 0, the below, and this border should also be 0. Let's see if this works. We need to pass the props here. We need to pass index, we need to pass item, and we need to pass items. We also need to do the same thing here. We need to pass index, item, and items. Let's see if it works. Did it work? I'm not sure. Maybe I need to restart everything. I'm going to let the code for this project here. So if you want to see the code, if you want to have all these files, for anyone who supports our channel, you can have it. It's going to be on the link in the description. It is very cheap. You can support us. It's going to be a lot of components using Nuxt, a lot of components using Next, and you can also help me to know which components you want and everything. So it's working. I just needed to restart for some reason. I'm not sure. So when it's open, oh, it still shows here our border. Okay, so when it's closed, we only have one border. We don't have the bigger one now anymore. So let me think what is happening. Oh yeah, if the text is here, I need to change it here. I need to go here. I need to remove the border inside the text box. So let me add here class border bottle 0 if the index is less than list.length -1. Yeah, I use the items. You can use items or you can use list. It's pretty much the same. We just added here this open false, but you can use both of them if you want. Let me see if it works. Now it works. So if the index is less than the last item, because the last item I need the border, it's going to remove the other border here. And yeah, I think I can add something else. When it's open, I want this background color to be the same thing as the hover, when I hover them. So let me put BG, it's gray 100, gray 100, item.open. If the item is open, I want it to change. So if it's open, we have it, the color. If it's not open, we don't have the color. Okay, so this is it. We have our accordion here. Let me know if you like it, if you want me to do something different, what components you want me to do using Nuxt and Tailwind. I'm going to do the same thing using Next. And yeah, that's it. See you on our next component.